right, guys, we are officially on 3 of our tutorial. This is going to be the last video. It's going to be doing all of our little tiny bits and pieces, finishing up our Alice in Wonderland stocking. Here we go. So we have Drink Me and the teapot and the cards and the key and the mushrooms, the book, the lamp, and the little flowers. Shouldn't be too much. Everything is pretty much done. We just have to like stick it all together. We're going to do a quick tutorial on the roses so I can show you guys that. And then we're just going to piece it all together and we'll be done. We'll sew it up and then I'll put it all together, line it, and hopefully get the finished project up and showing to you guys within the next week or two. So we have actually just finished last week putting on the Mad Hatter's hat, which I did find out was green. I just don't think they made it green because the background is green. So what we're going to do now is we are going to do, here we go. It is the Drink Me bottle, which I was kind of wondering when we were going to get there. I thought we were going to do it before the hat, but we are not. So let me get my little card out that holds all my awesome stuff here. We are going to applique the cork to the back of the bottle. And then after that, we are going to put the front of the bottle to the back of the bottle. Right now it says use 2 strands of charcoal floss to attach the tag, and then we'll attach the bottle. So we're just going to cut the little tag out right here. And I'm going to use my embroidery needle. So you're just going to kind of go up through it like this. Now, it doesn't seem like it's very long. And I wish they kind of would have wrote like Drink Me or something on it, because it's just made to hang. It's not, you know, I mean, it's not gonna, and then it looks like the knot for it has been kind of just stuck in the back when it was tacked on onto it. So however you want to do it. I mean, if you'd like for the knot to show, you probably add some character, I guess, but doesn't necessarily need to if you don't want it to. There's our Drink Me bottle. drink me, I'm gonna go right here. We are going to, moving on very quickly, we are going to be adding our teapot, which is going to be going in the left corner. First, sequin and applique the teapot spill pieces, which are 56 and 58. And I'm very sorry I didn't tell you the bottle, the Drink Me bottles, numbers are 53 and 52, which the cork 53, the back of the bottle is 52. I'll just put that in there. So sequin and pleat the teapot spill pieces. So we're going to do 53. Let's lay these all out. All right, so we have our little teapot spill going on there. So now we're going to embroider, sequin, and stuff the front of the teapot to the back of the teapot. So we got our teapot, which is 59. And we are going to be stitching it on to the back, which is 60. Okay, so we are going to stuff it. So what I would do is I would probably sew around these handles in the inside of it first. And then I would do the remainder around it. Move her out of the way here. So this little piece of tea right here is going to be kind of flying out of the teapot as it falls. So we are going to stitch that to the front. Of the tea, which has the sequins on it. And then we're going to put it on this top part of the teapot. So this goes on the front like so, and then this will go on here like this. It's flying out. So now we're just going to attach it with our little small stitches here. Since this does come down, I would go ahead and put some stitches behind here too. They don't have to be pretty. You are just stitching them down. Is connected. Every teapot has to have a teapot lid, right? So we have our lid here, and what we're going to do is we're just going to embroider stuff and pleat the front of the teapot lid to the back, and then we're going to attach it to the top here with a couple small stitches. After that, we're going to get into our playing cards. The lid is going to be 63. The back of the lid is going to be 64. They look kind of like little UFOs. They look a lot like little UFOs. We got her Drink Me On. We got the teapot with the tea flying out because she's falling. Perfect. So we're going to move this aside because now what we're going to do is it's going to be to do all of the playing cards, which I have already done all of the playing cards. So it's going to be all of these guys, and then you're going to have backs to all of them. Okay, so your next steps are going to be to sequin and pleat the heart to the front of the playing card, pleat the front of the card to the back, and pleat the card to the stocking. And then you're going to go all the way down through the clover and the diamond and the spade, and you're just going to be doing front and back, front and back, front and back, front and back, and then pleating them onto your stocking. And my heart actually didn't have a dot in the middle of it in order to put a sequin in there. So if you do get yours and you see that your heart does not have a dot, It is supposed to have a sequin. They're all supposed to have sequins in the middle of them. So just make sure that you are putting a sequin in each of your playing cards. So we have stitched those together and we're going to add those on pretty quickly. So the spade is going to go here. There wasn't any stuffing or cardstock, which I thought there was cardstock, but there's not. So we're just going to really quickly Alice has her cards. So now we're going to take some of this brown. It says brown floss. I'm out of brown floss. I guess I could get more. So, 2 strands of brown floss. And we're going to make some cording, which I'm going to make it kind of quickly. There are a ton of different ways for you to make cording. Which I will definitely be doing a tutorial video for. But this I'm just kind of twirling in between my fingers. Since I only need a small piece. So I have a small piece of cording. I'm going to set it aside. Now, what we're going to do with that cording is we are actually going to stick it in between our key, which is going to be our next step. Which is going to be 77 and 78. So you're going to embroider stuff and applique the front of the key to the back, and you're going to be putting that cording in between those two pieces. So there's your key, and it's going to go like right here. So here's my cording, because they have it super tiny. They have it like this, like a super little loop. Might go a little bigger. So we've got our book now. We're going to embroider the pages of the book 79, which is right here. Embroider and sequin and applique the book 80 to the pages. And then we're going to attach the book to the stocking with several small stitches, which is just going to go on here like this. On this part, I actually went up into the blue right here so I could leave this part of the book kind of open, and I wasn't sewing it down just so it could kind of hang off, give it a little bit more dimension up here. But the blue part, I just went up through and did the stitches like normal. So the book is now on. So we're going to embroider, sequin, and stuff and applique the front of the lamp base to the back. Which we are now at our last bag. My goodness. It's like never ending. So there's our lamp base. So let's move her out of the way. The next part is to embroider, sequin, and applique the lampshade to the back of the lamp, and then sequin and applique the lampshade trim, which I kind of did out of order. I actually did the trim on here first, which I wasn't supposed to do. So make sure that you do the lampshade first and tag that down and stuff it, and then you applique the trim separately, because I was not supposed to do it in this order. So now this is going to go here. side because now we are going to be doing mushrooms. There's a lot of them. So we have our mushrooms. So we're going to sequin, stuff, and applique the front of the mushroom stems to the back. Sequin and applique the spots, 88 and 89, to the front of the mushroom caps. Sequin and stuff and applique the front of the mushroom caps to the back, making sure to insert the stem between the two layers and attach the completed mushroom to the stocking with several small stitches and repeat for the remaining sequin or the remaining 3 mushrooms. Remember, we are also going to include the spots in these numbers as well. The big spots I did sew down with little stitches. The little tiny ones, I did put a couple of them in there, but not very many. So we are going to make sure that we sequin those and we stuff them and we get them all put together, and we should be good to go to just kind of like stick them on the stocking. Those will go on the bottom. After that, all we have to do are our roses, and we are done with the stocking itself, except for really just the tag. And then we're done. And then that's it. So let's get those done. Ta-da! Okay. So now our mushrooms are done. So we are going to just lightly tack them onto the stocking bottom, which they'll go on the ground by the door. So what we did is we just, since they're put together, we put the stems together, stuffed them, and then we made sure to put the stem in between the 2 top pieces after we got those done. So the last thing to do to add on it is the roses and the rose petals, which it's going to be the leaves, which are 112. They're all 112. There's 5 of them. And 5 roses. Now I've done 4 of the roses, and then I have a 5th tutorial. The 5th I've saved to, there we go, it's a little bit better. Is that too much? That is too much. There we go. And then the 5th, here are little roses. 2, 3, I left that one, and then this is what they look like. I've left the 5th one for us to do the tutorial on. we have our leaves on. The only thing left to do is our roses. So we're going to put that aside. Well, the only thing left for our stacking itself. We do have a couple more steps, but that will come later. So I do have, like I said before, I have 4 roses already done. The 5th one we are going to do the tutorial on. And then we are going to add all of our roses on here. So the instructions on how to do these roses make it seem super easy. So it just says, starting at the center of the spiral, roll the felt up, creating a rose. Secure the felt from unrolling by using 1 strand of red floss to go through all the layers. Oops. They also say to get rid of all this white stuff. So it's really hard to do that, obviously, because of the ink. So I'm going to show you the way that I did it. So basically you are putting all the white ink at the bottom. So I've cut it out, and then there's a little white notch right here. So I'm actually going to the right of the white notch, and then I'm cutting around to where that white line is to the left. So my scissors are on the right of the line is on the left, and then when we curl it, the line will be at the bottom. And you're going to go all the way around to the end. This is what I did. I took a pair of tweezers, which is, you know, and I rolled the middle part to make it look like a rose. Okay, it's like this. Now at the bottom, oops, I held it because I had a lot of trouble just getting it, you know, to keep it tight. And just having the tweezers really helped me just keep the rose form tight, because it was really bothering me that it was all like weird and funky. So as I went through it, your rose is going to start to form. And what I did is, as it started to form, I would take my needle and I would actually sew it as I did it. And this helped me out a lot too, because when I did my first couple, normally I don't have a lot of issues with it. Like, they kept unrolling on me, and now it's like I don't really have to worry about unrolling with me. If I step away or it slips, I can just kind of like, okay, and then I can keep rolling that rose. And then as I get a little bit farther, okay, and now I'm going to add these petals on. And what will happen is you're just going to slowly build up these roses as you go. And it may look really wide as you're going, and that's okay, because I'm also going to show you a way that I use to kind of like scrunch them all together. And I'm just kind of like lightly stitching these petals, kind of like on here. They have little points, and I'm just kind of tacking down these little points. Just to make sure that they're not going anywhere. And it's okay if the bottom doesn't look good. Nobody's gonna see that bottom. The only person that's gonna see that bottom is you. And I place them to fill in those spots that are missing petals. See, you can just kind of, as you go, place them where they need to go. Tack it down on the petal in front of it. All right. Oops, there we go. Oh, it looks kind of like a weird green pepper. Okay. So there's my rose. You know, it looks kind of flat. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of scrunch it up. So it looks like a box. And then I'm going to run my stitch through it like this. I'm going to do it all the way across. And then I'm going to go in diagonal and run it the other way. And I'm going to go in across and I'm going to run it the other way. So I'm basically making it into a box. And that's just kind of like making it into more of a rose shape. And that's how I got my roses. When I put it on there, I'm going to show you another kind of trick that I use to make the petals ruffle out a little bit more. So with this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up directly in through the center. And I'm going to kind of find the center of that rose, which looks like it's right here. That needs to be. So I'm going to find the middle of my rose, which is right here. I'm actually going to go back down through it. So my needle is sticking down, and it looks like it's going to go about right here. It's not directly on top of the leaves, but it's kind of near them. So when you pull down through there, it's actually going to kind of pull a little bit and make them a little bit more defined. And I'm actually going to go in through a couple different spots. So like I have a layer right here. So I'm going to go up through this layer, oops, up through this part of the layer. And I'm going to go back down, and I'm pulling a little hard, not hard enough to snap the thread, but hard enough that it is going to pull and leave a little bit of a dimension. All right. So I think we got those on there pretty well. There you go. There's our rose. Ready? It's done. Everything is on the stocking. This is Alice in its entirety. Everything is on the stocking. It's now complete. So we do have the backing here, which is a white backing, and then it'll have a purple tag. That will be put on when I do line it. If you guys want to go on and check out the website, or not the website, but Instagram and Facebook, we have 4 options for liners that we're currently kind of voting on, trying to get people's opinions, TikTok too, of what they think the best would be to go with this stocking. The only other last piece of the whole puzzle is going to be the tag, the name tag, which I think is probably my most favorite name tag that I have seen or done so far. So the name tag is this. This is the name tag. So you're going to embroider sequin and applique the crown. You're going to also embroider and sequin the heart, and then you're going to do the outline stitch in red and obviously the queen in black. The name of whoever the kit is going to go to is going to be on here. I'm not obviously going to put it on there. And then you are going to fold this in half so it looks like a playing card with red cording, and this will eventually go around the tag and it will hang on the stocking here, just like that. So we are officially done, you guys. We're done. I can't believe it. Oh my God. It's finished. We'll take pictures and put them up. It's going to be great. I can't wait. It's so exciting that we are officially finished with the Christmas in Wonderland Bucilla stocking. It has been super awesome. I can't believe it. We have our next tutorial already ready to go. I think I'm probably going to take a couple of days break in between because I am exhausted. This one was a serious doozy, and we'll get back to it as soon as we can. The next tutorial, I think, is going to be Stars and Stripes Santa. Like I said, that one's ready to go. And then the one after that, I think we're going to do a Merry Stockings kit, which will be a wall hanging. It won't actually be a stocking. So I'm really excited about that one. So if you guys don't mind, please like and subscribe. If you have questions, please do not hesitate to reach out and let me know. I would be more than happy to answer them. Liking and subscribing really helps the channel and helps me out a lot. Please forward, share, let your friends know, check us out. This one will be going in the vault as finished. It has been so much fun, you guys, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.